What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the Street Reporter, and today we're gonna talk about a topic that I'm always hit about. For some strange reason, people are always asking me about this because this name is used in songs a lot, and it's kind of almost like Tuka. A lot of people equate this name with pot, I guess, for some strange reason. But today we're gonna bring Posto to the board. You hear that name a lot in songs. For some strange reason, he is dissed a lot. He's kind of like Tuka. A lot of people kind of confuse this name with like a strain of bud for some strange reason. I'm not sure why they're not watching the videos, understanding it's a disrespectful aspect to this shit. But we're going to take Posto to the board, kind of break that down and explain to you guys why his story is a little different from a lot of the stories that I normally break down because it's something about this that's kind of foul to me, if you ask me. So today we're going to talk about Posto. I noticed that Posto was involved heavily in an internet beef with NLMB. Okay, that's one of the first things I noticed. He was throwing shots personally at like Lil Herb and Bibby. You know, those are some of the members of MLB that kind of became famous. Posto, if I'm not mistaken, was affiliated with the Lakeside GDs. And that set right there is infamous. A lot of people know about them. They kind of like linked up with like the Cutthroats, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Posto, I'm not gonna lie, was kind of very aggressive and disrespectful on the internet when it came to like Lil Herb and MLMB. So I noticed that they had a real strong conflict. Okay, I noticed that straight off the jump. That conflict towards these guys and Posto. I noticed that Posto was linked to a lot of people that MLB didn't like. So I clearly understood that they were opposite each other. You know what I'm saying? That's about all I really heard on this besides the disrespect, the internet shit, and the people in the streets who told me that this was a real war. Like, this wasn't no internet shit. Like, this was a real street war. A lot of people was dying and losing their lives over the street war that went on. This is well documented. A lot of people know about this. This is not no secret. So, when he died, to be honest, I don't want to make this up, but I didn't really find this surprising when I did my research on this guy because I'm not going to lie, even though he was young, I believe he was only 18 years old, but he was aggressive. I'm not going to lie. I believe he was only 18 years old, okay? But he was very aggressive. If I'm not mistaken, the police is claiming, I believe, on November 23rd, I believe November 23rd, 2013, they're claiming that Posto was in a hallway. He was in the hallway on the first floor, okay? It said that he was in the hallway on the first floor. I believe that hallway was located on a 2700 block of East. The block was on the 2700 block of East, I believe, 80th Street. I believe that's the east side. They claimed that a gunman walked up and shot Posto. Black, 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 black. He get the blinking. Posto get hit in the head, I believe, in the hallway. So Posto ended up being killed. A caller from in the hallway in one of the apartments who lived there called the police. Okay? So someone who lives in those apartments called the police. They come, find Posto in the hallway, all that shit right there, okay? One thing is confusing to me. Posto wasn't outside on the corner. Posto wasn't at the restaurant where anybody come in the restaurant and can catch you lacking up in there. Posto wasn't at the movie theater. Posto wasn't at the car wash. Posto wasn't at a gas station. He was in a building. He wasn't in the front of the building. He was inside of a building, inside of a hallway. And for a gunman to walk in there and kill Posto was confusing. So it's something about that one too. To be honest with you, that smells a little backdoorish. Okay, it's something about it that smells a little backdoorish. But it's a possibility that hey, that when they came and didn't care who was in there. You know, that's a possibility. But if you ask me, I believe Posto was caught lacking. That's the street term that they have for it in Chicago. That's what it was. He was caught lacking, and I think all of it at the end of the day was gang related. You know, that's why I say it's a heavy culture of gang banging going on in Chicago. You know, a lot of these conclusions come up to the same thing. That's letting me show you guys that the gang banging is serious. When they, tore down those projects, invented these Section 8 programs and invented these programs to help the mothers but take the fathers away because the fathers can't be in the crib if you want to be in them low income houses. They not qualified to be in there. So when they did that shit and started doing all these indictments, locking up 50 people in the RICO charges and having that community 50 daddy less. I'm talking about it's 50 daddies that's not in that community. Some of these daddies got all these kids. That's 60, 70 kids growing up mad in a motherfucker. Gang banging became an option. And I'm not saying that's just the only thing about it. Some of it is you need to raise those little kids better now. But I'm just saying, let's not act like that ain't going on. But in my opinion, it smells a little backdoorish. I believe he was caught lacking in it all because it was gang related. His killer was never caught. And most of the time, nobody killer's ever going to be caught because nobody wants to deal with the police system and be pointing people out and all kind of shit like that. They don't feel safe. Because you ain't finna give them no money to move them away and buy them a house and buy them a car and give them a job and give them a business. You're going to have them tell on somebody and they ask them to stay right in the same house and get BreakDown next week because of the shit that y'all sent them off to do. So, in my opinion, that's why it happened. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember, I don't need no donations. Keep your donations to yourself. You synced outside lately. The weather changing. You got to get rid of those pants and those big ass jackets. You got to go buy the shorty some shorts. You got to go start getting some tank tops because the weather really finna break like next month. You ain't got time to be sending me anything. If you want to support me, this is what you do. You raise your finger up like this. You make sure you hit the like button because when you do that, it make those videos grow and a lot of people be able to see them. That's how you gonna support me. Now make sure for you get your ass off this video, your ass and hit the like button. Now if you ain't hit the like button, I don't want to hear about you talking about you won't support me. You feel me? It's the homie true. Bleh, 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 bleh.